Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. This is biology session. You are watching video Soil Our Life. You know children, soil is a very important constituent of earth. We get many things from the soil. Without soil, we cannot survive. Do you agree? Soil is one of the most important natural resource. We get many things from the soil. Okay? The process of agriculture depends on the soil. Okay, in today's video, we are going to learn about the soil, its structure, its importance, and how it is useful for us. Are you ready, children? Let us proceed. Soil is one of the most important natural resources. It provides anchorage to the plants and supplies water and nutrients. Okay, means plants get fixed in the soil, and the soil provides water and mineral salts for the growth of the plants, isn't it? It is the home of many organisms. Can you name some organisms, children, which reside inside the soil? Yes, ants, earthworms, snakes, snails, so many organisms, so many microorganisms, bacteria. Okay? So, soil is essential for agriculture. Agriculture provides food, clothing, and shelter for all. Okay? So, no soil, no food, no clothes, no shelter. Means without soil, life is not possible. That's why soil plays an important role in our life. Soil is thus an inseparable part of our life. The earthy fragrance of soil after the first rain is always refreshing, isn't it? So small children, small kids, they play with the soil. They enjoy playing with the soil. So when it rains, a very beautiful and what do you call a good fragrance which we like to smell. Okay, so that is due to the dissolving of some minerals and some substances present in the soil will produce that fragrance. Everybody like it, isn't it? So let us proceed. Soil teeming with life. Okay, this is the heading, and in this we are going to study an activity. We will do an activity. Okay, so a small story. One day during the rainy season, Pehli and Boju observed an earthworm coming out of the soil. The Pehli wondered whether there were other organisms also in the soil. So to find out that, let us do this small activity. Collect some soil samples and observe them carefully. You can use a hand lens. Hand lens available, you can use it. Examine each sample carefully and fill the table. Here the table is given. You can fill. Here one sample is given. So the column soil source. So second column plants, third column animals, any other observation if. Okay. So here first garden soil is taken. In the garden soil, plants observed. Okay, and animals like ants. Okay, the soil from roadside. You can see some pebbles here. Any plant, if so, you can fill. If there is no plant, leave it. The next, any animals, you can check. Okay, and fill this table. The soil from the area where construction is going on, there are also no plants, no animals. Okay, so like that you can go to if any river source, okay, or river shore or seashore or any pond, ditch or lake or a park, okay, whatever or nearby your surrounding in the colony. Okay, you can collect the soil sample and observe with a hand lens and try to fill this table. Okay, children. So discuss your observations after filling the table. Discuss your observations with your friends. Share your observation with your friends. Are the soil samples collected by your friends similar to the ones collected by you? It is different. Okay, they are living or they are residing in different area. You are residing in different area. So compare and contrast. Make a list of the uses of soil. How soil is useful for us. Okay. Next, soil profile means structure of soil. With the help of one activity, another activity we will learn. Okay. So here the Bojo and Pehli have used the soil in many ways. They enjoy playing with it. It is a great fun indeed. So make a list of uses of soil. Okay. So soil is composed of distinct layers. So actually, though the soil is soil has got greater importance in our life, so we will observe some activities, okay, done by the human, okay, that add some waste to the soil. Okay, you may be wondered some pieces of plastic articles and polythene bags in the soil samples collected by you from the roadside or from the garden. Okay, because instead of plants, you have observed those plastic covers, plastic bags, isn't it? Disposable glasses made of plastic. Okay, the polythene bags and plastics, whatever may be the form, the plastics pollute the soil. They also kill the organisms living in the soil. So that is why there is a demand to ban the polythene bags and plastics. The other substances which pollute the soil are a number of waste products, chemicals, pesticides. Waste products and chemicals should be treated before they are released into the soil. Okay, the use of pesticides should be minimized. Okay, we have to use the natural methods, biological control methods, okay, to control the pests and insects damaging the crops. Protecting crops is essential, but for our selfishness, if we use more insecticides and pesticides, They not only kill the harmful insects and pests, they also damage the useful organisms living inside the soil, which are friendly with the farmers. Okay, we are losing our best friends, which are living inside the soil and making the soil fertile, isn't it? So you must know whether the soil from a field can be used to make toys, or how the soil is useful for us. Okay, so to know that, you must and should understand the structure of soil, composition of the soil. Okay, so soil is composed of distinct layers. So perform the following activity to find out how these layers are arranged. Take a little soil sample, break the clumps with your hand to powder it. Okay, now take a glass tumbler 3/4 filled with water. Okay, here the glass tumbler 3/4 filled with water, and then add a handful of soil to it. Okay, whatever may be the soil, that soil you have to add to this tumbler with water. Stir it well with a stick to dissolve the soil. So if it is a transparent tumbler, it is very easy to, it is visible. Okay, so after adding soil to the tumbler with water, you please stir it with the help of a stick or a spoon. Now let it stand undisturbed for some time. Okay, keep it as it is without disturbing. Okay, so after that you will find the different layers are formed, like the humus, water, clay, sand, gravel, silt, like the different depending upon the type of soil which we have selected, the different layers are formed. In some soils only 2 layers, maybe in some soils 3 layers, in some soils 4 layers, like that. Different samples you can collect and perform this experiment, which help you to understand the structure of the soil. Okay, let us continue. So afterwards, after settling it, after keeping it undisturbed, observe it and answer the following questions. Okay, the first question: do you see layers of particles of different sizes in the glass tumbler? Yeah, definitely. Okay, here you can see the different layers of particles, soil particles, settled in different layers depending upon the size. Draw a diagram showing these layers. Are there some dead rotting leaves or animal remains floating on water? Yes. If the soil is collected from the garden, or if the soil is collected from the forest, definitely you will see a layer of rotten leaves. Okay, that is called humus. It is the topmost layer. The rotting dead matter or organic matter in the soil is called humus. Okay, you probably know that the soil is formed by the breaking down of rocks by the action of wind, water, and climatic changes. Okay, this process is called weathering. Okay, the process of formation of soil. Actually, the soil is formed from the rocks, mother rocks. Those rocks are broken into small pieces naturally by the action of wind, water, and climatic changes. Okay, children. So you have to draw this image, not the particular the activity performed by you. You can draw that picture and clearly mention the layers. If you don't know the names of the layer, you put 1, 2, 3. Okay, how many layers are formed? Then later you find out the names. Okay. So this process of formation of the soil is called weathering. Okay, what is weathering? The process in which the soil is formed by the breaking down of rocks by the action of wind, water, and climate is called weathering. So the nature of any soil depends upon the rocks from which it has been formed and the type of vegetation that grows in it. Okay, this is the noted point. The nature of the soil, nature of any soil depends upon the rocks. That's why it is called the mother rock, from which it has been formed, and the type of vegetation that grows in it. There are specific plants which determine the nature of the soil. Okay. So a vertical section through different layers of the soil is called soil profile. Okay, definition. What is soil profile? A vertical section through different layers of the soil is called soil profile. So this is the soil profile. This is the vertical section. So which include A origin, B origin, C origin, the bedrock. There are different layers. Okay. So each layer differ in feel, means texture, composition, the color, depth, and chemical composition. Means these are all the physical characteristics. You can easily identify. The chemical nature or chemical composition may not be visible to you, but the color, the texture, you can feel it. Okay. So these layers are referred to as horizons. Okay. The vertical section through different layers of the soil is called soil profile. So those layers are referred to as horizons. We usually see the top surface of the soil, not the layers below it. Yes. We cannot see the deeper layers. Okay. If we look at the sides of a recently dug ditch, okay, a hole in the earth, we can see the inner layers of the soil clearly. Okay, for the construction of houses also, they will make the ditches for foundation. So you can observe the layers, isn't it? So such a view enables us to observe the soil profile at that place. Okay, in quarries you can see, in the mines they dig out the mines, dig out the minerals. Okay, for planting a plant, you will dig a pit. In that also you can, with the help of a magnifying glass or hand lens, you can see, you can find the layers. Okay, different layers. The systematic arrangement of soil particles in the form of layers is called a soil profile. They vary in size. Okay, each horizon, the soil particle size varies. They are of different size. Their chemical composition is different. Okay. So let us know more about the soil profile. The soil profile can also be seen while digging a well or laying the foundation of a building. Just now we have discussed. Okay, laying the foundation of a building or digging a well, you can clearly see this soil profile. It can also be seen at the sides of a road or a hill or a steep river bank. Okay, the uppermost horizon is generally dark in color as it is rich in humus and minerals. The humus makes the soil fertile and provides nutrients to growing plants. Okay, this humus, A origin, this containing the humus. The humus makes the soil fertile and provides nutrients for the growing plants. Okay, it is the topsoil. So this layer, the topsoil, is generally soft, porous, and can retain more water. Okay, it can retain more water. It is called the topsoil or A origin. The topsoil or A origin. Okay, the pores, the soil is porous. It is filled with oxygen, required air. It contains moisture, required water particles. It contains minerals. Okay, so that's why it is fertile. The living conditions are present in the topsoil or A origin. The organisms present in the soil, in this, most of the living organisms like earthworms, they prefer this A origin. Okay, or they come out for the food for this top layer. So this provides shelter for many living organisms such as worms, rodents, moles, and beetles. Okay, some of the insects, worms, rats, they will reside. Their habitat is the topsoil because living conditions are present. The roots of small plants are embedded entirely in the topsoil. Okay, you can see the roots here. Okay, most of the small plants, roots are embedded entirely in the topsoil. The next layer has a lesser amount of humus but more of minerals. The second layer, that is B origin. Okay, this layer is generally harder and more compact and is called B origin or the middle layer. Okay, this is the middle layer between A and C. The B origin is the middle layer, which is harder and more compact compared to A origin. It contains more minerals but less amount of humus. The third layer is the C origin, which is made up of small lumps of rocks with cracks and crevices. See, small lumps of rocks with cracks and crevices. Crevices means small gaps are present between the large particles of soil. Okay, compare the size. Compared to the soil particles of A origin, B origin are big in size. Then C origin are more big in size. Okay. So below this layer, below the C origin, it is called bedrock. Okay, which is hard and difficult to dig with a spade or crowbar. Okay, this is the bedrock, bottommost layer of the soil. Okay, it is there are no crevices. The particles are very tightly packed. Okay, they are large in size, only rocky it is. That's why it is called a bedrock. Okay, I hope you understood, children. You read the textbook. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.